Hello and welcome to Mickey Art. My name is Michelle Edhouse and today I am gonna just have a bit of a play. Colours have been an interesting thing in my world recently and I'm going back to black and white. So I have mixed up a whole heap of these paints. They are not water completely sealable, so I can't use silicone with them, but what I am going to do is just create some interesting stuff, that's all. And I'm probably going to do this one and another one and see how they show up. This is an old canvas and the other one will be on a matching one. I got a set of 3 and I had originally thought to do a triptych with the 3, but as they had originally been, the first one didn't turn out so triptych-ish, but I really like the shape of this. So one of the things I have gessoed over this, and you'll be able to see that the colours come through from underneath, and that happened on the last one as well. We had a really interesting reaction about where these colours came through and didn't come through, and got one coat of gesso and I've also got a coat of varnish on here just to hopefully seal those colours in. But hey, if they don't, I got all 3 for $5, so really it's not a big loss if I have an interesting reaction. And hey, who knows, maybe that desires to contribute to it and it will come out looking pretty funky and cool like the last one did. So let's have a go. I've just got black and white and I am just going to do some spiral pours. I've been seeing lots of people doing those ones where you have layers, you have multiple spiral pours and you pour them off and they look like wood slats, and I'm gonna sort of have a play with that multiple ring pour idea, but yeah, not so sure it's gonna end up looking like wood because it's black and white. Anyway, one video, and I am really sorry, I cannot remember who it was, poured their 2 colours in from the sides, and oops, can we get them pouring at the same time, and then allowed the paint to flow out as they did their ring pour. So let's give that a go and see what shows up. Now the interesting thing about this is because I've done it that way, it's gonna pull the white to one direction and the black to another direction. So I wonder if we can play with that concept and uh-oh, they are not going to pour out evenly. Oh well. This is the fun of playing, guys. Okay. Now I'm wondering whether I do a What I'm kind of seeing is possibly one where the white's on this side and then the black's on this side, the white's on this side, sort of that sort of pattern. So I'm gonna switch my hands around. So that this time the middle one should do it the other way. Kind of, vaguely, sort of, you know. Alright, so we need to do another one of those there. Now some of you will be going, Michelle, your paint is so thick. Yep, it is. But I know from experience with this paint, it doesn't like being thinned completely. It's a student acrylic and the particles tend to be quite, what can you say, variable, small, big. Alright, so going back to our original angle. And kind of aware that I don't really want 6 big ones, but what I do want is a bit more paint on there. So how do I do that? Great question. I don't know. Just gonna add some more paint. Eek. Alright, that looks interesting in its own style. So let's do some pouring. Let's see what happens when I tilt this. Just gonna fill up some of the spaces so that we get an even kind of pour. change fingers. Oops, didn't spread this one out very much today. So some of you might be wondering, why am I doing this before I tilt? Partly because I know that when you've got large quantities of paint, and they can run and they can affect the look of what you're creating. And that is not something I desire to do, is interrupt what these spirals are doing. So that's why I am kind of spreading these colours out and trying to make it so I don't have big messes of other colours in them. Exactly what I just did. Alright, that's a good piece of information to have. That will help me decide which way I tilt first. Ah, that finger got some black in it again. It's not quite so obvious when you get the white in it, but when you get the black in it, it shows up pretty quick. That is not what I desire. To have all that grey. Maybe it'll run off. Right, so I want to get rid of this bit of grey down here, and I want to get rid of this bit of grey up here. So let's see what we can create. Okay, here we go. Tilting time. Slight angle. Now, I've got no white in here, very little black in here. What I want to do is just grab a bit of plain black. Just fill that bit in there. And just tilt one more time that way. One more time that way. Let that run over. Oh, sorry guys, camera seems to have moved a little bit. I can hardly see it, so high up to be able to get this wide. And now I'm going to go back that way, although I'm seeing a lump in there which can come out first. A lump in there which can come out first. And let's see. Sometimes the paint seems to come to a standstill and you're like, ah, come on, I just want you to go right off that end and we'll be good, happy, joyful, yay. I am really liking this. There she blows that way. I really like that. Just gotta check all the edges, make sure we got paint all the way around. Sorry about my head. And we're looking good. All right. So, wow. Now what I'm noticing is a lot of air bubbles. A lot of air bubbles. Far more than I want. But that is because the white had a lot of air bubbles in them. But the interesting thing is how much black is showing up through those air bubbles. So I'm just going to rinse my hands and then torch it. Alright, so because we don't have any silicone in this pour, it doesn't need torching to bring up the cells. What it does need doing is getting rid of the air bubbles. So, because it's such a big painting, I'm using a big torch. Check out all those bubbles that just pop in. The flame is not anywhere near the actual paint, it's just warming and moving the air. And by doing it now, it allows the paint to seep back into the holes that have been made by the air and not leave giant great crevasses in there. So, what do you think? I really like it. I'm just gonna see if there's any movement that would like to happen towards that back corner. But I have a feeling the painting's done enough. Yep. Alright. The name that seems to be coming to my mind is calming the waters, because up here it's quite, down here it's just a pebble in the pond and the ripples going out. I really like it. I really like it. So I'm going to give it one more blow with the torch and then get you down and show you it closer up. Alright, come on down. So let's start from down here. Focusing on my hands. I really like it. As with any acrylic pour, you're gonna get some air bubbles, especially when you're doing circle pours. Air gets trapped in amongst it. And so you're gonna get little dots. But if I decide to make this into a material or a print of any description, I can clean those up in Photoshop. So if you buy one of my paintings and you're trying to work out whether it's a real one or a print, look for the dots. Although I'm not so sure I would clean up all those dots. It might take a little bit too much. So I am looking forward to seeing how that canvas plays with us on this one. And I have another idea about what I can do for the third one. So I'll be back in 3, 2, 1. Well, here it is. Getting towards the end of the day, so the light's a little bit dark, but it has dried very cool. I really like it. In fact, my sister came to visit and she said, I don't like black and whites. Oh, but I like that one. How's it get any better than that, right? So it has dried really well, and I think because of the thickness of the paint, we haven't had too much of the undercolour come through. There is a little bit. You can just see a bit of a shadow of colour in that one there, and a little bit of a haze of the pinky reddy tulip in there. It's not very obvious in this light, but pretty much it has done really well to keep the colour out, so that's cool to see. And how did the cabochons come out? They came out very cute, very fun actually. I quite like these. This one here is very cute. That one's quite busy, but it's still okay. That one I really like, and that one interesting, but probably, maybe, not really sure. If it was up the other way, check this out. Look, it looks like it's got faces in there. I don't know. Anyway, those came out pretty cool, and that came out pretty cool. So I'm quite happy with this pour. And how does it get any better than that? So this month, guys, on Acrylic Pouring for Fun Facebook group, our challenge is upcycling. This was an upcycled canvas, and what can you upcycle? What can you pour paint on and give it a new lease on life? So I've had lots of fun today, sharing my work with people at the Rotorua Artisan Fair. And how much fun can you have in your life? I look forward to seeing what you create in the Facebook group, on the Acrylic Pouring for Fun Facebook group, and also the upcycling that you do on the event. Post your photos, post your videos, have fun, and how much fun can we create on this planet? How much different would the world be if everybody chose to have fun? I adore you all, and I will see you in another video. Bye bye.